Hey everyone, I'm Brenton. Welcome to Brenton's Question of the Week. Questions that collectors think about but don't always ask. So last week's question, have you seen anything from Singapore Comic Con that you'd consider buying? And here are some of the responses from the community. Knight said, been waiting for a Bane from XM, so when that one came out, I PO'd day one. Other than that, I really liked Loki and Beast Wars Transformers. I don't collect either, but those look awesome. Yelena Rakic said Spider-Man Transformation and Iron Man Suit Up by XM. Those would look fine in our small collection. So thank you all for the great responses. And this week I've been thinking about, what are your thoughts on the JND Joker 1/6 figure? Now, I have a couple thoughts on these. So I think a lot of companies have tried to make seamless bodies, arms, whatever, and it's really a challenge to make them functional and durable. So Hot Toys has always had an issue with the seamless arms, and they've been doing it for a long time. And it makes you wonder, do they just not care to figure it out? Or is it something that is really challenging to do right and make it last for a pose that requires the arm to be bent at the elbow? So like Bane, if you wanted to recreate Bane from The Dark Knight Rises, where he's grabbing his collar and his arms are bent and you can see the backside of his forearms, if you kept your Bane figure in that pose, eventually the elbows would tear. So for JND to come in with this new figure, this new silicone body, and to show all the functionality, especially among the three different versions, where if you look at Type C, you're going to get the ability to bend the fingers. I think they're already offering or mentioning that they're going to offer replacement arms. So is that a thing where they realize that their fingers aren't going to be durable? A lot of collectors are going to break them, and they're going to need replacement parts for those. And how long are they going to offer that? Now, the concern is, okay, maybe you'd want to take the risk on the figure and deal with, the fingers breaking, having to replace parts. But then when you look at the cost of that version and you're talking 2,000 plus, that just seems unrealistic. It gets to that point where you're spending so much on these figures that you're going to be afraid to move them, that you're better off just getting a statue to begin with. So, it really makes me wonder if JND just doesn't read the market, doesn't care what the market is, because collectors that collect 1/6, they enjoy posing their figures. They enjoy, just interacting with them. They're not always just designed to go on stand and just stand museum pose in a collection and that's it, just to have it. It seems like a lot of 1/6 collectors like that ability to create an image from the film that they like, not something that is forced upon them like in a statue form where it's just that pose, you either like it or you don't. You can create your own pose in any way. So J&D has created a lot of cool innovations within the 1/6 figure, but it feels like regardless of their innovations, the price points that they came in at are just so excessive that it just seems unrealistic for figures. I mean, who is going to go out there and create a figure collection from J&D if every figure is at the minimum $1,000? It's hard enough for statue collectors to build big collections when statue prices are at that or slightly higher. It just seems like, as a collector, you would be boxing yourself into getting minimal collectibles just to have this one. So, that's an option that you have to think about. Maybe that works for you. Maybe you're just like, Ledger Joker's my favorite thing in the world. This looks the best. If I could only buy one thing a year, this is going to be it. So thank you everyone for watching. Please feel free to answer in the comments and come back next week to hear what other collectors had to say and for another hard-hitting